Hi friends, welcome back to our channel Total QA. In Total QA channel, we have posted a lot of playlists and we have mainly focused on Selenium, Java, TestNG, Page Object Model, Jenkins, Selenium WebDriver, GitHub, REST API tutorial, CSS tutorial and XPath tutorial. So kindly go through all the videos and get required information and knowledge on different tools and technologies. In today's video, we're going to start with a very important reporting tool in Selenium we're going to use is Allure. What is Allure? Allure is mainly a framework useful to generate report in different languages such as Java, JavaScript, Python, Ruby, Groovy, PHP, .NET and Scala. So these are all the different languages which will be used to generate report. Suppose if you are developing a project in Ruby, if you want to generate a report, we can use Allure. So Allure is a framework can be used with different languages. Now, when you try to look into test cases in automation, the automation test cases will be failed in two different scenarios. One might be functional bug, one might be a script issue, might be the timeout issue, might be the element is not available. So there might be multiple issues in the script. When you look at the functional bug, when expected is not equal to actual, it's a functional bug. Script issue, timeout issue, or there is an issue in identification of the element. So all the failures are configured to view the logs, steps, attachments, history in the case of Allure report. Now, let's look into one of the important aspect of Allure is categories. You can categorize the issues. Suppose for example, here there are two categories by default Allure is taking care. If the test case is failed due to an assertion, then it's a product defect. The test case is failed due to any kind of exception, then it will be called as a broken test. The category is test defects. So we can easily identify whether the issue is a product defect or a test defect. Let's look into the steps for configuration of Allure. If you look into Allure configuration, there are totally 5 steps which we have to follow. Step 1, then step 2, then step 3, then step 4, then step 5. And after that, we also focus on one example as part of our Selenium framework. How are we going to automate and make sure we follow Allure reporting in this scenario and generate the results accordingly. Now let's start with the first step. The first and foremost step is we have to configure Allure in the pom.xml file. For configuration of Allure in the pom.xml file, we have to add the dependency in the pom.xml file that is io.qa-meta.allure Allure TestNG. Right now we're integrating Allure framework to generate report for TestNG test cases. So that's the reason we are downloading a dependency which is related to Allure-TestNG. The latest version is 2.13.5. This is a dependency. This dependency is already added in the pom.xml file. So I will show you the pom.xml file right now. In the pom.xml file, if you scroll down and see, there is a dependency which is already added for Allure TestNG. The version is 2.13.5. You can easily identify from here. That is part of dependency. Okay. Now, as part of the configuration, we added the dependency for the Allure TestNG. That's completed. Then, what about the second point in the step 1? In the step 1, the point B, which is referring here, it is expecting us to put these properties and also add this line in the Maven Surefire plugin configuration. And always we use Maven Surefire plugin to generate or to execute TestNG test cases. In the TestNG test cases, there is a plugin where we use Maven Surefire plugin as part of pom.xml file. Under this Maven Surefire plugin, we have to add this statement, and also we have to add the properties accordingly in the pom.xml file. This step 1 has 3 subsections: point A, point B, point C. So we are in point B of the step 1. So let's look into pom.xml file and try to see whether I have modified this information or not. When I open Eclipse, I just scroll up, look out for the information. Yes, I have added the properties, right? So this is the information which we have to add as part of the properties. And the next point, what we have to do is, as part of Maven Surefire plugin, under arg line, this statement we have to copy paste accordingly. So that aspect J is important as part of Allure plus TestNG. We have to provide this information as an argument line in the Maven Surefire plugin. This is important. And the next subsection under point 1, we have to add the following dependency under reporting in the pom.xml file. As of now, we have already added a dependency for Allure TestNG, and we are adding one more dependency, Allure Maven, but under reporting tag. So how are we going to add under reporting? Let's see. Under reporting tab, you have to put this plugin information. The plugin dependency is Allure Maven. Okay, so let me go through that pom.xml file. Let's scroll down. After dependencies, I added reporting. Under reporting, I maintained Allure Maven here. Let me highlight this as well for getting an idea about this as well. So totally 3 subsections, 3 subpoints under the step 1. We have to configure the pom.xml file so that our setup for the Allure is completed. That's the first step. Then let's get into the second step. Add the allure.properties under source test resources. So we have to create a directory. Under this directory, we have to maintain this information in the allure.properties. Okay, now let me go back to the project. In the project, we have source test resources. Under that, we have allure.properties. In the allure.properties, we have to provide the results directory. The results directory for the Allure is target folder /allure-results. Now, suppose if you wanted to integrate any reporting, if you want to integrate any test management tool, we have to provide the link for the issues or the patterns accordingly. But right now we are not integrating any of the test management tools. Right now just focus on these 3, just maintain the default values. Make sure we maintain this allure.properties under source test resources. Okay, so how are we going to create source test resources? It's very simple. Right click on the project, say new, select the source folder, type here source test resources. So if you do like this, click on finish, it creates a folder under Allure and try to add a file allure.properties and try to keep the information accordingly. So the second step, which is about allure.properties to be maintained under source test resources, is completed. Then next step, step 3, this is a very important step. Create a test execution listener class and associate it to the TestNG class. Means what? Let's look into test execution listener class. The test execution listener class is already created. If I open and show you here, this test execution listener implements iTestListener. iTestListener is a listener available in TestNG, and this is an interface. And also, if you look into the interface contents here, it's a quick outline. you can see here there are so many abstract methods available within the iTest listener, and these methods are abstract methods, and all these methods will be implemented in the test execution listener. So class name I have created here is test execution listener, and we are implementing iTest listener. So the abstract methods will be implemented in this class. All these are all abstract methods. We provide implementation for these methods in this class. And also, when these methods will be executed in our TestNG test case, if there is any test case which is getting passed, this will be executed. In our TestNG test case, if any test case getting failed, this will be invoked. How this will be invoked? We have to take this class name and go to the TestNG test cases, and we have to maintain this information. We have to integrate this class and mention in the TestNG test class as @listeners, and we have to put this class name here. What is the advantage of keeping this information here? Suppose this test case failed, what happens? This will invoke on test failure. Suppose this test case is passed, this will invoke on test success. So we are linking an annotation, we are linking an method. Whenever the test annotation is executed, based upon the outcome of the @test, it invokes on test success, on test failure. Suppose for example, if you are starting the execution of the test case, this will be invoked, or else skipped, this will be invoked, or any other information which is related to the test case, the associated method will be executed when if you try to put @listeners and test execution listener. Okay, that is very important. This is part of TestNG. This is not related to Allure reporting. This is a TestNG concept where if you try to implement iTest listener, all the abstract methods within the interface has to be implemented within this class. That's important. Okay, now whenever the test is failed, we are interested to take a screenshot as part of the report. So what we have to do in that case, we have to call a method. When this method will be called, whenever you execute a test case, the test case is failed, this is called. When this is getting called, the save screenshot method will be invoked. So what is the advantage of the save screenshot method here? The advantage of the save screenshot method is it will take a screenshot and try to get the screenshot in the output type bytes format. Means it will try to generate the image as a screenshot. This screenshot will be attached in the Allure report. How it is possible? Because this attachment is coming from Allure. So what are we trying to do? Whenever the test case is failed, we are taking a screenshot. Not only that, we are saying that please attach this screenshot as part of Allure reporting. The reason being we are putting attachment here. That is the advantage here. And how are we going to call save screenshot? We are going to call save screenshot with two different parameters. One parameter is a test case name. Second parameter is a testbase.driver. So we should be having a testbase class which is returning a driver object. We are just calling this as a static and trying to pass this here so that the driver object will be passed and the screenshot will be captured successfully. Okay, so how are we going to write testbase.driver? Let me open testbase.driver. In the testbase.driver, driver is a static variable. So we are associating a value to the driver. I am calling testbase.driver directly because it's a static variable. When you have a static variable, you can call the driver directly using the class name dot driver. So this is part of the framework. As part of the framework implementation, we have a test base class, we have a before test, we have a before class. In the before class, once the driver instance is created, after that we are going to call. And one more important point, this on test failure will be called after the execution of the test case only. Definitely before execution of the test case, the driver object is available for us. we are using the same driver object here and trying to take a screenshot and attach the screenshot to the Allure report. Why? Because this attachment is coming from Allure. So this is part of step 3. We create a TestNG execution listener and we associate to the TestNG class. When I say TestNG class, what does it mean? Look into the program. In the TestNG program, you have a test execution listener.class. We are associating with the @listeners here. This is important. Suppose if you don't put this information, what will happen? When you execute the test case is failed. That's it. But when you execute the test case, if you wanted to invoke on test failure, then we have to put this statement. Otherwise, it's not required. Suppose we don't want the screenshot. Just remove this. Simple. And comment this line of statement. This will not take a screenshot. So you can configure in a way, such a way that you can either you want to attach a screenshot, either you want to invoke on test failure or not from the TestNG class directly. Now once we complete step 3, the next step is 4. Step 4, we have to update the test accordingly with the Allure annotations. These are all the annotations which are provided by Allure. We have to update our test cases. We have to update our page object classes with these annotations. Before we go and modify with these annotations, let's try to discuss about the scenario. What are we going to automate now and how are we going to integrate these annotations in this scenario? Okay, the main objective of the scenario is to validate the tabular data in the web page. For that, the steps are access the OpenMRS website. The website is already opened, the OpenMRS website, and log in with admin, then log in with and enter the password as admin123. Click on inpatient ward, click on login. So we are able to log in successful now. Once after that, the next step is click on appointment scheduling, right? There is a card. You click on the card appointment scheduling. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards are there. Manage service types, manage provider schedules, manage appointments, daily appointments, appointment requests. There are totally 5. But you see here manage service types. As per the scenario, we are going to click on manage service types. Click on manage service types. And in the tabular data, we are looking for the first row contains dermatology. Okay. So the first row contains dermatology we are looking for. That's our objective. Fine. Now let's go back. Let's do one thing. Okay, our first row contains dermatology, but I'll just put here just dermatology. I'll put dermatology details. Just add some expected results so that our test case will fail. I'm putting the validate the first row contains dermatology details. I'm just putting some information as dermatology details. Or else we can do one more thing. If you wanted to make this test case fail, we can do one more thing also. If you want to make the test case fail, when you are reading this Excel, I have a fetch table row contents. While reading the Excel, what we do is we will try to retrieve the second row data. Suppose right now in the first row, I am trying to look out for dermatology, but in the first row something else is there. That also will cause this test case fail. Okay. Fine. Our objective is to make the test case fail. We need to validate the first row content, but we are reading the second row content to make the test case fail as of now. So the scenario is you access the website, log in to the website, click on the appointment scheduling, click on manage service types, validate the first row contains dermatology. That's our objective. We are going to automate this scenario. The steps are already written in this example. Okay, so if you look at here, this is the test case, and this test case extends test base class. Let me go to test base class. The test base class we have created before test, which will read the configuration. The configuration is nothing but load properties. There is a project configuration. Okay, and we are going to call load properties. What is the use of this load properties? This load properties, what it does is it will try to read the config.properties. What is the content of the config.properties? This is related to the framework. When you open the config.properties, we have the browser, we have the environment, we have the URL. So all these details are coming from the config.properties as part of the framework implementation in Selenium. Now, and also once we call before test, after that we have a before class. In the before class, what we do, we get the property browser that is already available in the config.properties. The browser is Chrome. Then in the test base class, if the browser is Chrome, it will try to do the setup. After that, you just scroll down. You have a get driver instance. There is already a method available. If you want to call to get the driver instance, you can even call the test base class name dot the static method name. We can get the driver as well. So this is the test base class. It is available, and this testng class is extending this test base class. And here we are having one page object class, that OpenMRS page. Let me open that OpenMRS page here. That is available under org.totalqa.openmrs.pages. Let me open OpenMRS page. Let me keep it right side. So observe carefully now. This is as part of the page object model. We have implemented this. Okay. So we have login method. We have navigate to appointment page. We have click on manage service types. We have fetch table row content. The fetch table row content will get the first row content. So we divided the steps into different methods. We keep it ready. Now let's get into the annotations now. Update the tests accordingly with Allure annotations. First thing is the description. We have to provide the detailed description of the test case. Control C. Go to the program. Just maintain this here. At the detailed information. I can mention the information as validate the contents of the managed service types tabular data. Okay, I can import accordingly. Quick fix. Import. This is one of the annotation we have to add. This is from allure.description. So we are associating at the rate description here. Now the next annotation is severity. We can even associate the severity of the test case. Suppose the severity of the test case is critical. I can put here like this and try to import for severity as well. Quick fix. This is also from severity, also from Allure only. Let's try this and recognize. Okay, it recognized automatically, or else you just put the QA meta dot allure dot severity. Okay, sometimes it is unable to recognize via Eclipse. You can type it, and also security level. You can also try to find out what is the security level. Try to see here, associate the security level, and if you try to find out dot security level dot, you can see it can be blocker, it can be critical, it can be minor, normal, trivial. You can associate the severity of the test case accordingly. Right now I am associating this test case as a critical severity test case. Then story of the test case. Generally we always try to automate the story in the project. So let me try to copy this story and put the story description. The story description generally mainly same as the description of the test case. But anyway you can associate, say, user story 001, mention OpenMRS schedule, manage service types, tabular data, and also try to import accordingly. Quick fix. Import this statement as well. So whereas we have associated totally description, the detailed description of the test case, the severity of the test case, the story of the test case, and also we can add the description of the testing G mentioned here, validate the tablet data. Simple. You just mention description. Also, this description is related to TestNG description. So we have added 3 annotations. This should be repeated for every test case. It's important that we should provide this information for every test case. Then after that, just come to the page object class, because OpenMRS test is trying to invoke the functions of OpenMRS page. In the OpenMRS page, every method in the OpenMRS page, it's a page object class. Every method in the page object class should be having @step and the description of the step. This you have to associate. So I have totally 4 methods, and all these 4 methods I have put @step and the message accordingly. We are going to put this information in the page object class for all the steps. Now, if you look into the step 4, we completed all these 4 in the project. Now, once we complete this information, right, we associate these annotations, okay, and we are able to provide all this information. Now we are going to invoke this OpenMRS test program. So how do we invoke this OpenMRS test? This is available in the package org.totalqa.openmrs.test. Let's look into the XML file which is invoking this program. Let me open this XML file. When I open this XML file, I see org.totalqa.allure. This is a package name, this is the class name. And also here the suite name is OpenMRS test, OpenMRS suite. The test name is regression test. Why we are looking into this information? Because all this information will be visible under Allure report. So better we maintain the meaningful information for the suite, for the test, and also make sure we are having an idea about the package name, because this is the same package which will be shown in the Allure report, and also this is the class name. And also we have to have an idea about the security level, the detailed description, the story, the normal description of the TestNG and TestNG annotation. So all this information we have to have an idea about it before we try to generate a report in Allure, and also we should be having an idea about the steps. How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4 steps are available, and we are calling all the steps. First step, login, is called. Second step, navigate schedule appointment is called. Navigate appointments page is called. Third step, click on manage service types is called. Fourth step, fetch table row contents is called. Then we are doing an assertion against actual against expected. So our test case is ready now. The test case is ready. Now we have to run this. If you want to run this project as a Maven way, it's not a XML way, right? TestNG XML way. If you want to execute TestNG way, right click, run as TestNG suite. But we are not running this project as a TestNG way. We are going to run this as part of Maven pom.xml file. Open pom.xml file now. Let me open the pom.xml file. Let me close this one, this one, this one. Let me open the pom.xml file. In the pom.xml file, here, if you look into this plugin information, the plugin information, this is the highlighted section. In the highlighted section, you can refer to suite XML file. The suite XML file is nothing but the totalqa.xml file. The suite XML file is nothing but the totalqa.xml file. That is XML file I am going to invoke. This XML file contains the package name dot class name, and that is going to getting invoked. And if you go to the test, this has a listener associated. This listener will be responsible for executing the test cases and generate the attachment accordingly. So once we complete all these 5 steps, all these 4 steps, right now we are going to discuss the 5th step now. 4 steps are completed. 5th step, update the Maven run configuration. This is very important point. Generally, whenever we wanted to run Maven project, we just select the project name, run as Maven test to execute the TestNG test cases. But right now what we are going to do is we are going to run this project using a configuration, the run configuration. Select the run configuration. How are we going to execute this project now? It's something different way we are going to execute this project. The way is right click on the project, run as, select run configurations, select run configurations, then scroll up, you will find Maven build, select the Maven build, click on new launch configuration, and the configuration name we can mention here as Allure configuration. Then here we have to select browse workspace, select Allure, the base directory of the Allure project. Then here we have to specify the logs. The logs here are, first thing, the first log is mainly the test. What is the log? What is the goal name is here? Is test here is the goal test denotes that to execute the TestNG test cases as of now. So in the run configuration, we provide the name, we select the base directory, we try to provide the goal as test, we apply, then run, then open the console now. The console will be opened, then view the console, the contents of the console is getting executed. Just wait for a few seconds. The browser will be launched successfully, then the test cases will be executed. It is compiling the source files now, compiling 4 source files. Then it is trying to generate, it is trying to execute the test cases first. See here, the test cases are getting executed now. Now it is running the test suite, and we are having an error here. Let's see what is error here. Is cannot find in class path org.totalqa.allure.openmrss. Why? Let's see. org.totalqa.openmrs.test. Generally, we have to take this package name and we have to provide the package name in the XML file. If you don't provide the XML file with the proper package name, it is unable to identify the class name as part of this XML file configuration. Let's try to rerun again. Right click on the Allure project, run as Maven, so not Maven test, select run configuration, select the Allure configuration as of now, click on run. We are rerunning the program because there is an issue because the package name is not correct in the testng.xml file. Just wait for a few seconds. It will try to rerun again and finally generates an output for us. It generates nothing to compile because the files are already compiled a few minutes back. So there is no change in the file. So files are not compiling again. Now running the test suite. Okay, and it is loading the property file. See here, this is the property file. The Chrome was started successfully. Let me open a Chrome browser. Once it is launched successfully, then we can see the flow, the execution flow of the test case. Yes, it opened successfully now. Just focus on the execution flow. It opened the browser, enter the username, enter the password, click on inpatient pod, click on login, click on appointment scheduling, then manage service types. Then it is able to read the content of the second row because I did a mistake. I just trying to make sure that our test case will be failed. That's the reason I have done this. Now definitely our test case will fail. Why? Because I am reading the second row data and I am trying to compare with the first row data, comparing the expected result as dermatology. This is just to make sure the test case is failed. I wanted to make sure the test case is failed. That's the reason I am just comparing the two values now. Finally, the test case is failed. We can see the TestNG results also. I think TestNG results, because it is running via Maven way, we cannot see the contents of the TestNG results, but we can see the console now. The console shows that the test case is failed. Now, once the test case is failed, the next step what we have to do here is select the project again, run as run configuration, you have to mention here as site. When you mention here as site, what will happen? It will try to run the program and integrate the Allure annotations, attachments will be called, and the results will be generated successfully by using the site as a goal in the Maven configuration. Now see, site plugin is getting called now as part of Allure. It is configuring the report plugin. This report plugin, we associated this report plugin. If you remember, this is one of the dependency which is added. Now it is generated the report in this location. You can look out here. This is the project name. In this project name, there is a target folder. Under target folder, there is a site, and there are Allure Maven plugin. It is getting generated. Once a report is generated successfully, then the report generated successfully under target site Allure Maven plugin. Okay, so let me go to this folder, try to open this location now. Or else we can do one more thing also, copy this, open Firefox, put the information in the Firefox, this location. When you put this location in the Firefox, you will see here there is index.html under this location. Why are we checking the results in the Firefox browser? Right? The reason being, Allure reports cannot be visible under Chrome browser. We need a Firefox browser. We have to provide the location index.html. Open it. We get the information of the index.html. See here, the test case is successfully getting executed. You can see. Let me click on suits now. So open MRO suite, regression suite, open MRO suite. See here, you have this getting information executed, and also there is a screenshot getting associated here. Now retries, how many times we have executed. Suppose for example, if you wanted to see the history, if you want to see retries, what we have to do, I'll tell you. But let's focus on the report first. You have a overview now. This is a overview. Okay. How many suits we executed? I executed totally 2 suits. One is OpenMRO suit, one is suit. I have executed both, and I have 2 defects. Why these are all product defects? The reason being, the assertion is getting failed. If the assertion is getting failed, this becomes product defects. If there is any other exception, that will become a test defect. But right now the category is product defects. Okay. And these are all features when you are trying to integrate with BDD. This also will be helpful for us, but right now it's on Selenium plus TestNG. This will not be more information for us because these are all the scenarios. These are all the features by store it is showing. Now let's look into the categories. Only one category is coming, that is product defects. Right? Validated title, validated tableau data. These are different because right now this is the one which we have to focus, because this is what we have executed. If you look into this test body, let me show you the test body. One second. If you go to the categories, click on products, click on expected, click on validated tabular data. Look at here, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 4 is failed. Expected is dermatology, but found dermatology new patient. Click on screenshot, expand the screenshot. You can see the screenshot successfully. Here in the report, it is getting attached automatically. It doesn't require any effort. Automatically, whenever the test case is failed, it will be captured automatically. Now, suits. Right now, we have OpenMRO suit. I have executed one more project that has a suit that also will come in. It will be coming under this. Graphs, you can look into the graphs. See here, totally how many pass, how many fail. See here, 2 test cases which have executed. One is critical test, one is tabular data. Timeline, you can look into that. Behaviors, you can look into that. You can see the behaviors here. You can find out the information about your test case also. And one important point right now here, we need to look into this. We are opening index.html, right? If you look into this, the path, let me show the path to you. If you look into this path, let me open this. and we are opening index.html. Index.html shows the information about this report. And also one more point we can focus here is there is a history folder. There's a history folder also getting generated, but the history is not getting shown here. Generally, if you want the history also to be shown here in this report, if you want the history to be shown here, what we have to do is go to the project. If you look into the report history tab is missing. If you look into this, let me go to suits. Let me click on OpenMRS suit. See here the history is missing, right? How you want to get the history? Let's see. If you want to get the history or the retries is nothing but if you execute one more time, retry will come. But if you want to get the history, what we have to do is just go to the target folder, go to what is the path here that has been mentioned in the console here. Let's go to the console, just find out the path. The path is Allure target site. You can see Allure Maven. You see history. So what we have to do, you have to copy this history and try to copy this history in the Allure results folder. If you do that, the results will be shown under Allure results. So what we have to do, we have to copy the information under site Allure Maven plugin, the history, copy this, go here and try to paste it under Allure results. Let's do one thing, let's try to delete the history here. Before, what we have to do, why are we trying to copy? Because we are copying this information in the Allure results. Why? Because to get the history is added. Now what we do is try to do one thing. We are trying to rerun the program again. Rerunning the program again just for understanding how the history is getting stored. Right click on the project. Say run as, run configuration. We are giving site, we are not modifying, we are not compiling, we are not executing again the test cases, we are just putting site, say run. Let's see what happens now. So once we put site and rerun the project, before we rerun the project, we have to copy the .history folder from the target site Allure Maven plugin, copy this under the Allure results. That's a manual step we have to do. So once we do this, just wait for a few seconds. Once this report is generated in this file location, just open this file. You can even open this file directly, open this file or open this path directly in the Eclipse. Sorry, in the Firefox browser. Refresh it now. I'm refreshing the report now. You can see the overview, 2 test cases, categories, products, okay, tabular data, suits. Let's open OpenMRS suit, regression suit. You can see history. Are you getting the history here? Yes. Are you seeing the retries here? Retries means you have to retry this again. It will come. Because retry means what? We didn't execute the program. If you execute the program one more time, retries also will be loaded. Let's do one thing. To get the retries tab loaded here, let's try to run the project again one more time. Right click. Run as, run configuration. Here we have to put test site. Test, let's put test right now. Apply, run it. Let's try to run multiple times. Then we know how this report is getting generated, the results. Right? Just wait for a few minutes. This will rerun again and try to execute the test cases. Okay, it is calling test now. All classes are up to the date. We're executing the test case again. Okay, it is trying to run the test cases now. Load the property file. Okay, instantiate method in the first line of statement and starting the Chrome browser. Then the browser opens successfully. We can focus on the flow again. The browser has been launched now. Chrome driver was started. The browser has been launched successfully. Okay, enter admin123 inpatient board, click on login, appointment scheduling, then manage service types, then it will validate the tabular contents, the test case will be failed. We can see the contents of the test case failed. Now what we have to do here is, before we try to run, we have to generate Allure report. For that, as I said already, before we try to generate a report, let's refresh it. Before you generate a report, what we have to do is, in the target folder, in the site folder, in the Allure Maven plugin, you have a history. Copy this, go to Allure results, delete the history folder, copy paste the history here. It's a manual step, you have to do it. Then once we do this, then right click on the project, run configuration, then select site, provide the site here, apply, run. So why are we doing this process? This process is mainly to see the contents in the Allure report for history and retries. But if you don't want the history and the retries, you can do one more thing also. We can just simply execute site. We can get the report with the screenshot successfully. But sometimes some of us are interested to see the history, what happened previously when it is passed. So make sure you try to copy this history folder into the Allure results folder. Then you can see the history tab getting uploaded here. Once the report is getting generated, we can see the contents of the report also. Open it. So now, let me try to click on overview again. Let's start the suits. In the suits, you have OpenMRS suits. Click on regression test. This is the suit name. This is the test name. This is the package name dot class name. Then expand. Then click. This is the description. Okay. Then you have history. See here. Are you able to see the history? Then retries. You see how many times it retried. So all the information will be shown when you copy the history folder from the site Allure Maven plugin to the Allure results. Then the history will be shown, and also you can see the timeline. Okay, and graphs. See, graphs, categories, trend, retries, trend. We can see timeline. We can see timeline is not showing right now because it is showing selected 2 test cases when it has been executed. All this will show. Overview is the one which will give all the information successfully. So this is a very good report which will be helpful for us. In TestNG, we get an emailable report or index.html, but it is not easy to attach the screenshot. But in the case of Allure report, if you go to the source, click on the suit name, the test name, the package name, class name, click on it, and it generates the results here. Mainly the steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and the screenshot successfully. We can see the content and also shows what is expected, what is actual. So like this, if you try to configure, it's very easy to configure the steps. And also this information, all this information will be available in our blog. The blog name is totalqa.com. So the blog contains this Allure configuration, whatever I have provided here in this video will be available in this blog. You can search for Allure. You can find out this information, the configuration, the pom.xml, the project, all the contents will be placed under this blog. Please refer to this blog for Allure. Just search for Allure. You can get this information of this entire configuration. Okay, so I hope this video will be very helpful for you to configure Allure in your project very easily, because there are different ways of setting up Allure, but this is the very easiest way where we mainly depend on Eclipse and also the pom.xml file. And this process is same for Mac as well. There is no change for Mac. There is no change for Windows, because Mac or Windows we totally depend on Eclipse to generate, to execute the test cases. So either Mac, either Windows, the configuration is same. So if you like my video, please subscribe and share with your friends.